scheduled. That would be great.
I'm all out of material.
We're live now. Come on in, folks. We see you out there. Chat's live.
Let's start our A game.
We might not quite be live. The chat's live. Come on in. Come on in. Lots to show you today.
At least something's alive around here.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you won't be if you have some OBQ. You'll be comatose for a week.
Good.
It's the only time I've had it as well. I never had it again.
Are you down for a week?
No, I was okay. I just, I just didn't drink it again.
Everybody can order it.
It's prepping a little visual for next week here. Here we are. Come on in, folks. Come on in. There's a couple people in the house. David's in the house. David says, morning, y'all. Morning, David. Glad you're here. So we'll run our little sponsored opening here and then be on our way. There we go. Let's do this one. This podcast is brought to you in part by Arrow Comics. Buy more Arrow Comics. arrowcomics.store. There we are. Here's the opening. Didn't realize I opened with the comic strip opening, but that's okay because it's kind of fitting for today. So come on in, folks. Glad you're here. It says comics by night. No, this is Sunday Funnies. Sunday Funnies for the 26th of January, 2024. I am your host, Randy Zimmerman. I am editor-in-chief of Arrow Comics. You can find some of my work over at arrowcomics.store. Some of my more recent work, I should say, some of my real recent work can be found in Comics Unlimited, number 14, right?
Yep.
Number 14. Got a 6-page story in there about my association with Doctor Who, as told through my monkey. And doing Comics Unlimited is Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher in the UK. And yeah, Randy's got this great little strip in my magazine, Comics Unlimited, which you can get on Amazon. I also write books. I've got 11 published. I've written and drawn many comics and worked with licensed characters. And if you Google my name, you'll probably see one or two things that I've produced in the past.
Yeah. Also joining us this morning is Mr. Whiskey. Whiskey, introduce yourself.
Hello there, Whiskey. I'm the lead creative person for Bayonet and Ricochet Arts. I'm a production modeler specialist, I guess. I do 3D modeling for injection molding, miniatures, recasting, spin casting, any kind of casting you can think of, I can do it. And yeah, that's what I do.
Cool. Also joining us this morning is Allison. Allison, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Allison, the Alley Cat. I am a creator, comic book person, and keeper of a few cats. I do manga and comics, and that's all I can think about right now because I just woke up. So,
not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm
a member of the Comics Network as well.
You see one of your babies behind you.
Yep.
Creeping up on you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and I also got my upcoming Book of the Week.
Oh, look at that.
There you are.
Lovely.
Loving the Damned.
Oh.
Cool.
But yeah. Look, I have to be very careful what I show in that book.
I imagine. Yep.
But that's about it for now.
All right. Also joining us is Charles. Charles, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Charles Santino. I have no cats. I am allergic to them. When I started writing comics professionally, they cost $1 a piece on the newsstand. Today, some of those comics are slabbed and graded and worth hundreds of dollars, and some of those comics are in the quarter bins. There's a lesson in there somewhere. I have no idea what it is. Anyway, I write and produce Rammer, the Master Thief in a Future Police State. First issue is in back of me. It's on Amazon right now. Second issue, March 27th. Pre-order on Amazon right now. So right after this podcast, go to Amazon and place your order. Make a note so you don't forget, but wait until the end of the podcast. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And today, folks, we're going to be looking at the art of Ramona Frادon. Let me knock my name off here.
Yeah, I did not want to miss this one.
It should have been called Ramona, shouldn't it?
Probably, but hey.
You probably don't get that. But, again,
That's another geezer reference.
Yeah,
yeah.
geezer reference. If you've not heard that
Geezer
song, you've not heard any song.
Any real song, at least.
Any real song, yeah. Where people play and sing and do things like that nobody does these days.
And Killing Joke ripped it off in a song called Tension. Go listen to that song and you'll go, oh, it's my Sharona.
Right.
There you are. The Art of Ramona Frádon. I wanted to do this book to celebrate her career as she decided it was time to retire at the young age of 99.
Slacker.
She couldn't even make it to 100.
I was very, very fortunate one time to meet her at a show where I ended up getting a Plastic Man drawing from her.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool.
Did she do that on the spot, or did she have that sitting there?
It was already done.
Yeah, I was going to say that's quite tight.
Yeah, it's a fantastic piece. I loved it first minute I saw it.
Yeah, that was a great piece.
Yeah, just so much fun. As is most of her art, just incredible and a lot of fun. This is a book printed by Dynamite just a few years ago. I believe the copyright on it is 20. He said without his magnifier. I don't see it. I want to say 20.
2013, does it say?
Did you see it? I'm going to have to bring it up close. Earthquake. Sorry.
Stepped out for a minute. Anything besides the earthquake?
What?
I stepped out for a minute. Did I miss anything besides the earthquake?
Yeah, you're missing your microphone half of the time.
Is it not there? Is it not working?
Now it is.
Now it is. We're good.
Okay.
Good now. 2013, yes. 10 years ago.
No wonder she only looks 83 years old in that picture.
There you are.
Yeah, the ripe young age of 83.
Sure, that's her a little younger than that, but yeah. Great book, though. So much fun.
Walt Simonson, I've heard of him.
There you are. Yep. Meet your idol and discover they're even cooler than you thought. There's Simonson's Aquaman.
Yeah, Simonson lives not that far from me.
Oh, cool. Would love to interview him sometime.
Very nice man.
Yeah. I understand he's really, really nice.
I can reach out to him if you want. I've talked to him before.
I'd end up being one of those stammering idiot, geek interviews.
He would put you right at. He put you right at ease.
He's pretty easy to talk to.
Yeah.
When the Comic Arts Guild had opened their Boston chapter, him and Weezy came to the first meeting and everything, and it was pretty cool. That's how I met him.
Sweet. Yeah, he's one of those artists I've always been enamored by of his talent. Frádon as well. Just great stuff. Very influenced by her cartoony individual style. Just such a great look. And there she is. Probably a little younger than 99. October 2nd, Birthday, October 2nd, 1926.
Yeah, it looks like a good 98. So,
Yeah.
She doesn't even look 98 months there.
no.
She's got the same calendar birthday as mine. So, yeah, there we are. There's an Aqualad, along with a Super Friends cover.
They're shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Introduction by Howard Chaykin.
Look at that. Just before you turn, look at that. Look at that cover. All that's going on. I've come to destroy you, Super Friends. Blah, 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 blah. Defend yourself, blah, blah, blah. And she's knitting. Go away, I'm busy. And Robin can't interrupt the cartoons. Oh, dear. Go away, I'm busy.
Don't bother us. We have more important things to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pointing at a comic book. In the beginning, the Chaykin interview with her, her influences, Al Cap. That's so obvious. Now that you look at it, her style and Al Cap's style, very similar. The great V.T. Hamlin, Alley Oop, Lee Falk with Phantom.
Lee Falk.
Alley-oop. There's a great forgotten strip.
Yeah, a great forgotten strip. Just beautifully done too. Well written. Back when VT was doing it, there was some great stuff. Big history buff. Ephraim's in the house. Ephraim, hello. Glad you're here.
Hello.
Is it David Quinn? No, David Alicia.
Well, David Quinn wrote Faust. Maybe he's referring to that.
Faust?
So, yes, David Quinn.
Oh, is that the Faust collection? Oh,
Yep, that was the Faust collection. That's
jealous. Yep. Very jealous. Yeah, and you're really going to have to. There's probably very few pages of that you can even show on YouTube.
There's a couple I've already blocked. I've picked out that I can show off the art and everything.
You can show them on. You can show them on RedTube.
Yeah,
little
yeah, I
post-it
can definitely
notes.
show them on Red too.
Matt Black, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night. All glad you're here, Matt Black. Seems like an age since I was here. Yeah. Thunder and Hobbs. Yep.
Well, Rocket. I don't know if he's just being funny, but yeah.
And again, to everybody who's been showing those Calvin and Hobbes strips on Facebook that I seem to run into all the time. Damn you. So you made me buy the entire set. So.
This is
it.
It is. Great set. Good news. Non-casual.
It's a great book list with lots of photographs, of a dad and a brother and everything.
Yeah.
Early on. It's a real sort of historical document,
Mm-hmm.
Dominic Casual. I don't know.
Is that her with her dad? Dad and mom?
Yeah, I think it's her dad and mom.
Man.
Yep.
Who is that character in the left-hand page?
Here?
Yeah.
That's Black Canary.
Black Canary?
No, I didn't. The mask looks different.
It's a classic Black Canary.
Yeah.
It's surprising I even knew that.
That drawing of Black Canary looks like straight out of the How to Draw the Marvel way by John Buscema, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of style.
Yeah, it does.
There's some just fantastic pencil work in this book. Just great stuff.
That's how you draw Superman.
Yeah.
Handsome guy, big chunk, big bulky guy. That's how you draw Superman.
Yep.
Yeah, and he doesn't look like any particular actor, but
No.
he looks exactly right.
Yeah, he looks like Superman.
He looks like Kurt Swan's Superman. That's what he looks like. Yeah. Gingerly breaking into comics. Great plastic man there. There's the Captain Marvel.
This is a great book already. It's just so well designed as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book. Gasoline Alley, major influence on her work, and you can see that in the style of the artwork there. It's great stuff. It's, I was going to say Silent Night, but that's not the Silent Night. That's the Shining Night.
Shining Night.
Shining Night. Yep. Such a great Captain Marvel. It's probably her first Aquaman story. Aqualad.
Was this from 1960?
Probably right around there. Yep. Adventure Comics number 269, 1960. Aqualad's first appearance.
Wow.
Yep.
These are what you call real comics, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
It's just superb. I've never seen them before, I must say, but they're just great. You can just...
Yeah, there's a Showcase Presents collection of Aquaman that starts at this period. It's just phenomenal.
It's unfortunate they're not the full page.
Yes.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
But they probably had to watch it. Their corporate runners at that point only allowed you to use so much of the stuff. So
yeah,
and so big. What's that, Adam?
Oh, that spider's horrifying.
I'm not a fan of spiders, Allison.
No, I don't really care either way, but
not when they look like that.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
12 foot tall.
Yeah. When they're big enough to kill me, like that size, yeah, I'm afraid of them.
Yeah.
So the Adam is thinking there. So what's the advantage of being this small again?
Yeah. Exactly.
I had a roommate that was afraid of spiders, and I had planned this prank and never followed through with it. But you can get like a animatronic, like extremely articulated robotic spider, and it moves like a spider and all that stuff. But I have, with like my 3D modeling skills and being able to do recasting stuff, I had planned to make it look extremely alien with like a silicone like shell, I guess, and put it inside. I never got around to it because the robot's like $2,000.
Yeah,
expensive prank.
Yeah, expensive prank, but it would have been extremely worth it. Ideally, I wanted to use it for a music video, but never. Just a little bit on my price range.
Spirit.
Yeah, Spirit. And that Gangbusters covers like one of those Kirby Simon ones, isn't it? The crime does not pay kind of when they're in it. Those covers when Kirby's in it with his looking like a gangster, like his dad said.
Yeah.
That brick wall's brilliant, isn't it?
That looks real. Yeah.
And he's not noticed the copper outside. Yeah, it's a shame these pages aren't bigger.
We get into some larger drawings here eventually.
They're very nice, though, aren't they?
Some great covers.
Good.
They are good.
That's a Plastic Man where he's the pizza.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one.
Or whatever. That's great. That's classic.
Definitely Plastic Man. Yeah.
That was one of the rules that Stan Lee had for Mr. Fantastic was, okay, we got Mr. Fantastic. He can stretch, do anything and everything the Plastic Man can do, but we got to make sure he doesn't do anything exactly the way Plastic Man does. That's too silly.
I wonder how Plastic Man is today with this, these eco warriors around trying to ban plastic. Has it been cancelled yet?
Well, they killed him off in the Justice League, and then he came back and was mad at the Justice League because they didn't wait for him because he's not really killable. He just recollects himself. I guess he got blown up in the underwater, and it took him a while to recollect himself. So,
he got better.
He got better.
He'll survive. Leave him there.
There was a long time there too, because they didn't know how to do the character during the Silver Age. Once they bought the quality Pantheon, that he was a drunk and destitute for a while there in Brave and the Bold. Whenever Batman dug him up, he was always a bum in the gutters drinking.
Now, what year would that have been?
70s.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they brought him back first in what, 66 or 67, something like that. Gil Kane.
Yeah, they've tried to resurrect him a couple of times, and
Yeah.
they just can't do it. Nobody can match the genius of Jack Cole.
Who's
Jack Cole did amazing jobs with him.
Who's the guy on the right hand side in the blue and green look? You know, the Robin character with the Flash. Who's that?
I think he's just a typical superhero type character.
Yeah, I don't recognize him.
He's got very skinny legs.
Yeah,
It's a new superhero.
it looks like Peter Parker's skinnier brother.
Emanciated man.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, emanciated man.
Beating you to the punch again. Yeah,
With the power of Gandhi.
pretty much.
Odd.
That guy eating the pizza looks like Wimpy, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's Woosie Winks.
Right. Okay.
That's his companion.
Oh dear.
He originally, Plastic Man originally ran across him because he had a dumb sense of luck.
Yeah.
And he was a villain in his first story. Plastic Man reformed him.
Right.
So, and he's hung around with Plastic Man ever since.
He reformed him just like he reforms himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been regretting it ever since.
And he did reform himself. So yeah.
Yeah. It's Metamorpho. It's classic.
That is beautiful. Looks like right out of Moby Dick or something.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it is Moby Dick.
Yep. Moby Dick sketch.
Yeah.
Cat approved.
Yep. Yeah, Rocket approves. Rocket wants something different for breakfast, and he's had a lot.
Top Ramona and George Caston, Murray Boltonoff, Mort Weisinger, and Jack Schiff. Here.
Wow. Jack Schiff, the Jack Kirby nemesis.
Not aware.
Oh, Glenn?
Yep.
Tell us about Jack Schiff.
Oh, is he the guy on
It's right here.
oh hang
He's
on.
the guy who blackballed Kirby.
Yeah,
And,
oh, did he?
With the Sky Masters thing, is it all that thing?
yeah, and probably Jack Schiff is inadvertently responsible for the Marvel Age.
Yeah, because he left, he dumped it, didn't he? Again, Kirby moved on, didn't he?
Yep.
Wasn't he in court with him all the time, trying to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Notorious.
For what? Defamation?
No, for an argument over the royalties on what was the strip?
Was it Masters?
Yes.
Sky Masters.
Sky
Yes.
Masters. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Didn't Schiff say that Kirby promised him 4% and Kirby said he didn't or something,
Yes.
and it went to court and all that
Yep.
kind of thing. So yeah,
And once he retired, Kirby could come back to DC, which he did in 1970.
right. Like I said earlier, it's just not about putting drawings on a page anymore, is it? But it never was it?
Yeah.
Well, you can,
No.
Business.
you can
always
tell
did.
his. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You can tell he's evil because of his bow tie.
Yeah, and not very clever because he didn't have a pipe.
Little rundown of Murray Boltonoff here.
I apologize, Rent. I wanted to say it before Randy changed the page. I didn't get to it in time. We don't have to go. We know he has a bow tie.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
probably got a pinky ring too.
Yeah. Murray Boltonoff.
Some fantastic artwork
Yeah.
on these
Oh, yeah.
comics, isn't it? Look at that.
Just great covers.
Absolutely brilliant. Look at that House of Secrets and the hanging there. That's fresh out of the 50s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are
dear.
the 70s.
That's
No,
70s
I mean,
there.
yeah, no, I don't mean
Oh,
that.
the
I mean,
look on them, yeah.
the look of it, you know.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yep. Sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. There you go. You can't go wrong, can you? A gorilla with a machine gun.
Yep.
No. Whenever you put a gorilla on a cover, it always sells good. So
Sorry, there were so many gorillas back in the day in DC.
yeah.
Gorilla
They had a
Grodd.
limit of the amount that they
Michelle.
could put on them. So
Really?
yeah, there was some type of a limit that you can only put so many on a cover in a month. But yeah, but every time they put a gorilla on the cover, it sold super well. Oh.
Chunky Batman.
Melting off, yeah, and Superman.
Look at that. All that war. The guy with the axe reminds me of Cuba.
Yeah, that does look
an army at war type of thing with a helmet. You know.
That is Kubert.
Oh, it is Cuba.
Oh,
there you go then.
There we go.
These are Kubert as well.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that, but I
those
couldn't
are
see that one.
Murray watched over or wrote a lot of the war comics during that time. So
Look at that. How good looking is that bloke? That's a real superhero, isn't it?
yeah,
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's an amazing picture of Aquaman.
And
Queen of the Seven Seas.
I know it's in dots, but not a little line. It captures every line works.
Mm-hmm.
When we just see a good looking guy, you know.
Yeah.
These pages, I've not seen a lot of this lady's work at all. These pages are.
Yeah. Can you go back for a second?
Sure.
That cover, Adventure Comics, that's a very unusual angle and composition. I've never seen that cover before. That's obviously that looks like, I don't know, early 50s or something. But that's
Lana Lang's Supergirl.
Yeah,
looks like Kurt Swan.
It does.
It does have a swan look to it.
But yes, I know what you mean. It's really good, isn't it? It's really really clever.
I like that angle.
Yeah, you don't generally see covers done like that anymore at all. So
What do you
actually, I
mean?
don't really remember covers like that at all.
That looks like Ramona Fradon in
I
style
think
here.
it's Ramona, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the way whoever's done it has used the shadow to highlight her. She's jumping into the shadow.
Yeah. So
Really
you can
clever.
see her.
Yeah. Really good. I like that.
I like her hat.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, Superboy. I can do anything you can. No, he's got a machine gun.
I kind of want that hat. It looks comfy.
It's like a beret.
The shower cap.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but those top two pages, I'm getting a Bill Everett vibe from that.
Oh yeah. Yes.
You know
What kind of vibe?
Bill Everett. Yeah.
Bill Everett.
I can
The
see
line, like his
Yeah.
Namor, that like the sea, like a like it does in Submariner.
Yeah. Well, Everett's got he's got a solid style like that too.
Yeah.
Like Fradon's.
I loved Bill Everett when he inked Thor on Kirby's Thor.
I agree. Those are great issues.
I think he only did about 3, didn't he?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, but those are beautiful.
Yeah.
He never stayed on anything for very
And
long.
he inked Barry Smith on Kazar as well, which is beautiful.
Oh,
Yes.
that's got to be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember his older Submariner work real fondly. Just beautiful stylistic work.
Yeah.
You mean the stuff from the 50s or the 70s?
No, the stuff from the 70s.
Yeah, the 50s stuff is interesting too. And the reason that it lasted as long as it did in the 50s was because there was talk of a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't selling, but they kept it going.
Right.
Had a very triangular face back then. Namor did.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
because
Real high
of,
eyebrows. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because of a couple of weeks ago, I bought 2 of the collections of Kazar. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Did it have the Barry Smith stuff in it?
It's got the Kirby stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna probably go and get the Barry Smith stuff next. So
Dip and brush and dip pen inks. Yes. Most of the time.
Yep.
That pic looks like a couple of kids recreating something they read in the comics, and the family are like, "Holy crap, no!" Yeah,
yeah, no, that sounds legit.
back there.
Look,
Go ahead, Whiskey.
Yeah, if you looked at the 6-page there at the bottom panel.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, yeah. The one.
The one with the blue being in the cage.
Yeah. Look at the bottom panel of that one. Oh, not that one. The two
one below.
Yeah.
Below it and one back.
Left.
Over.
There you go.
Yep, one over. Yep, there you go.
Look at the last panel of it.
Hold on.
You have to get
Hang
rid of
on
the.
one sec.
Can you get rid of the comment,
I got it.
Randy?
There you go.
There we go.
Too close. They're just getting attacked by flying fish. I thought that was amusing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
It's, that's where Cameron got the idea for Piranha 2: The Spawning.
great movie.
I thought that was peculiar, if you will.
I never thought I'd be able to make a Piranha 2 comment.
There you go.
Look at that. Is that pencil?
Yes,
Ooh.
it is.
Yep, that's definitely pencils. That's really good too.
How good is that? Don't bother inking it. Just let us see
just
that.
print that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yep.
The line weight is amazing on that.
That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
And another nice heroic face too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is
That is
fantastic.
impressive.
And we got Flounder there too. Yeah, right by.
That's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Nemo.
No, it's too big to be a clownfish.
Showcase presents.
Do you know these old comics? I like the old TV shows. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. He says, "No, Aquaman, you can't attack those weird creatures single-handedly." And he says, "I must. The fate of Atlantis and our fate of our world is at stake." And you know exactly where you are when they put that kind of stuff.
Yep.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
This is fantastic work.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Because he basically fights the deep ones from H.P. Lovecraft.
And I like how they I like how they say a 3-part novel, because back then a lot of comics were anthologies. They would have 2 or 3 stories.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal in DC, especially when the story took up the whole comic.
Showcase number 30.
So when's this from? The 60s?
If it's 60s, it's very early, because it went from 10 to 12 cents in 61.
Oh yeah, it says Showcase 61. Is it
61? Yep.
Yeah, so that must be one of the last 10-cent issues.
Probably.
Wow.
Well, yeah, it says February. So by the end of the year, well, a Fantastic Four #1 was November of 61, and that was
61.
and that was 10 cents.
Yeah. So this is February, I think, of 61.
Of the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's number 30, and Showcase 4 was the big one. So
It's cover dated 61, which meant it was out in probably December of 60.
yeah, most likely.
Look at that. That's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, that is one of the best drawings I've seen.
Here?
Well, that, but I'm talking about the cover now.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that guy there, the Aquaman guy, that's
Much great stuff. Yeah.
beautiful work. And as it said in the text before, not bad for a girl.
It's another type pencil.
I resemble that remark.
This is so good. Is this collected anywhere?
This stuff, I know they had it like in the Essentials, that the showcases, I think they called them. It was basically DC's Essentials. I think they reprinted a bunch of them there in black and white.
Yeah, Showcase Presents has all this stuff in it. Yeah.
And you can't get those now, can you?
Oh, no.
They're cheap.
You can find
them. If you find them on eBay, get them.
Yeah, the Aquaman collections are dirt cheap.
Right.
The black and whites.
A lot of the 60s DC stuff didn't age as well as the Marvel did.
Yeah.
A lot of it's still, most of it is still great reading, though.
Oh, it's still fun. It's just very, very different.
Go through those old Adam Stranges. Those are amazing.
Oh, those are good.
Infantino and Anderson. Written by Gardner Fox. Just great.
The art in them is amazing. Some of the stories are a little... Well, they definitely were writing to little kids. So.
Yeah. But you're still in the midst of the Code Authority, or right as it was kicking in, too. So.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that stuff was intentionally written down.
Oh yeah, the Marvel stuff was written a little bit better, I think.
That was the start of a different era, though.
Yeah, it was.
Was Carmine Infantino editing at this point?
No,
No,
that wasn't
No, that was a
until
bit later.
late '60s, early '70s. That's
I'd say
and that
67, 68.
helped Kirby come back to DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that also changed DC's kind of way of handling books and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
They started to do more like that's when like Ra's al Ghul showed up and things like that. It was like
At this point, the editors were still all the old guard.
yeah.
Right.
After having been slapped down by the code authority too, so
Yep.
they were extra cautious.
Yeah, they were kind of broken in some ways.
Kind of took Lee to just decide he was going to write whatever he wanted to with FF1 to start changing that.
I think it was like what was it FF6 or 7 when he basically started to take it seriously. Like when
he figured out everybody was reading him.
Yeah,
it was the sales figures would have been in for like issue 2 or 3 at that point, and they realized they had a hit on their hands.
Yeah, because like the first way they dealt with the Skrulls was to show him Dr. Doom's face or something. So
turned them all into cows in the end.
Yeah.
Silly move.
That's your sentence. You get to be cows. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there was only 3 of them.
Yeah,
Lee and Kirby forgot there were 4 Skrulls. There's only 3 cows, and Neil Adams dealt with it in Avengers '93. many years later, the explanation for what happened to the 4th Skrull who was not turned into a cow.
And what happened?
He became a politician.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Almost as bad.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I shall be a politician.
Today I identify as a politician.
Yeah. It's a great drawing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that lovely pencil in it.
Just
fantastic.
fun. Yeah.
Incredible. Look at that. That's amazing. I could tell you a joke about that, but I won't on there. Wow.
This is Brenda Starr from 1988.
Oh wow.
It looks like Steve Ditko, that face at the bottom, that hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's winking, is it? That Ditko.
Yeah.
She takes over.
What's going on in that hammock?
Yeah.
Well,
she takes over that strip here from Dale Messick after being the primary artist on it for a few years. She takes it all over, I believe. Great.
Well, now that we got to Brenda Starr, can I tell my Ramona story?
Hang on just a minute. Let's work our way to that, because this is just a prelude. There's a lot more Brenda Starr in this book. We're still back at Aquaman. Some more great photographs here.
And the Spirit.
And the Spirit. And another Aquaman. Prisoners of the Aqua Planet. So everybody jumped over to planets at that point.
Still 10 cents. That means any minute it's going to be 12.
Yeah, because it's August, so.
Ramona and Amy. Amy must be your daughter.
Probably.
I think.
Yeah, it will be, yeah.
Yeah, looks like her.
Spirit Sketch Showcase 33 from 1961.
Wow.
Metamorpho.
That is a great face.
Man of 1,000 elements. Great cast picture here. This is one day in 64, George Cashton called me and said he had an idea for a new superhero series. that he wanted me to illustrate. The character was going to be called Metamorpho because he could change himself into different elemental compounds and elements. I was initially very skeptical, and when he described the wacky plot and characters and Bob Haney had he and Bob Haney had developed, I was intrigued. And in spite of myself, I agreed to help them get the book launched.
Yeah, I'm interested. Keep going. I'm interested about the design of the character. Who designed him?
Did you actually design his appearance? Shaking ass. Bob, George, and I muddled a while over how Metamorpho should look. At first, I designed a very conventional superhero costume for him, but that didn't suit Metamorpho. He was too
Weird.
human. Too what?
Human, I think it says.
Human. To wear a conventional superhero costume. After eliminating various capes, masks, hoods, etc., it finally occurred to us that since his body had to transform itself into different elements, clothes could get in his way, and maybe he shouldn't have any. So I dressed him in nothing but shorts and a belt with an M, and divided his body into 4 sections that represent different elements. That was dripping. one that was dripping, one that looked like wood, one that had scales, and one that had metallic surface. It's a classic cover. Both of these, really. Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. I misread that for a second when I said Metamorpho, the Element Man. I thought I said Elephant Man for a second. I was like, wait, there's something off here.
Not an animal. Anyway.
Yeah, is this like, oh, nope, that's my brain doing something dumb.
Has the world's most fantastic hero at last met his defeat?
I can tell you as a comic reader at that time, there was zero interest in this character.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And not just me, but everybody and anybody reading comics at the time was... Metamorpho was not anybody's favorite character. Let me put it that way.
I remember seeing it, but I never looked at it.
But how big of a difference it would have been if they'd have put him in the Justice League. You know? Because Julie Schwartz insisted him not to be in there because he looked too goofy.
That's the thing I like about him is he looks goofy.
Yeah.
Lovely work.
Yeah.
She's such a great artist, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Who was that photograph?
So solid.
That's his brother, her brother Jay.
Metamorpho's brother?
It is.
Yeah, Metamorpho's brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Complete with cigarette. We'll have to cancel that.
Yeah.
We'll have to Photoshop that cigarette out of his mouth. We can't have that.
It's Ramona's brother, Jay. Yeah. David says, yes, and Metamorpho was such a great character. Yeah.
He was.
I just thought he made a great addition to the Outsiders.
She was talking earlier about Will Eisner influence, and you can see it, can't you? In that way,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
Most
very
definitely.
Eisner. You know, it's attention has been paid. You know.
Yeah, it's very Eisner-esque.
Al Cap, too, and Gasoline Alley as well. There's a lot of real heavy influence there.
Mm-hmm.
Al Cap's work is very reminiscent of that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Eisner was inspired by Al Cap too, so kind of makes
Is
sense.
Al Cap that guy who had a go at Yoko Ono in that bedding?
Pardon?
Is he Canadian?
Al?
Yeah.
No, I thought he was
That was
from
a
the
New
States.
Yorker.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He was in that. He's in a John Lennon documentary, and he when they're doing the bedding, him and John and Yoko, and there's all these people there, and I think it's Al Cap who he sort of insults Yoko, and I think it's.
Yeah. Well, he got.
Did he
Go
have
ahead.
one leg? Did he have one leg? Al Cap. Did he lose his leg in the war? Am I talking about the same guy?
He might have. I'm not absolutely sure. Somebody want to look him up on Wikipedia?
I'm looking him up right now.
Yeah. I just know he got to be incredibly conservative and very bitter. The longer on in his life he became.
It's kind of an ass.
If it's the same guy, they go into the room where John and Yoko are in bed having that bedding, you know,
I'm sure.
all the reporters are there,
Yeah.
and John's talking and very angry, and he's taking the mickey out of them, and Yoko says something to him, and he says under his breath, and you just catch it, he says, "My God, do you wake up with that in the morning?" To which he doesn't respond very well.
Mm-hmm. That's how he found Metamorpho. She has such great line work. Yes.
Yep.
It's loose and tight at the same time.
Stuff. Yeah. Beautifully solid stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like you're saying before, you really don't have to ink it. Just
a lot of depth and weight, isn't there? It's really nice, really lovely work. Precise.
I'm not seeing anything with mentioning of Lennon in his bio or Yoko Ono. I mean, I've seen some things that he was accused of doing that, let's just say, definitely paint him in a bad light.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, from what I've known of him and basically what I'm reading here, he definitely was a dick. So
yeah. Yep. That's the reputation he gained. Yeah. I understand it was very well earned.
I'm not seeing anything with him actually fighting like in any of the wars or anything. He was born in 1909, which would have made him too young for World War I. I don't see anything for World War II.
Right.
Wouldn't surprise me though if he lost a leg.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about him losing a leg.
Might have lost it to alcohol abuse for all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died at the age of 70. He was born in Connecticut. He died in New Hampshire. So he was a New Englander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Might have been a different cartoonist at the time. I mean, he had that huge feud with Ham Fisher, which they do go into. So
he gained a huge reputation for being your stereotype Republican conservative dick.
Yeah, it says here that he when he learned that Ted Kennedy Jr. lost his leg, he wrote to him because he'd lost a leg as a boy.
There you are.
Lost a limb as a boy. So,
all right, I hadn't found that yet, but yeah, go with that.
Well, it's Wikipedia; it must be right.
Oh yeah, absolutely, mm-hmm.
Definitely,
all the time. Still with us, Whiskey? No. Okay.
No, he's muted.
He's probably away from the microphone.
He probably stepped away for a minute.
There you go. It says there the cartoonist visited John Lennon and Yoko Ono at their 1969 Bed for Peace
you found it. Okay, cool.
in Montreal. And he told him Lennon told him to get out. Oh, Derek Taylor told him to get out, and all this kind of stuff went on. You know, it's.
He wasn't about to give peace a chance. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised he even went.
Yeah.
Well, he'd go to cause a controversy, wouldn't he?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just to make a stir.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Anyway.
Yeah.
More great Metamorpho here.
Yeah, look at those. Is that pencil work again at the bottom?
Yeah, that's pencil work here.
It's
just ink work here, I believe.
And he also claimed to have created the mini skirt.
What?
He claims to have created the mini skirt.
There you go.
So you just used to wear it on Fridays.
Yeah. Well, he did create the Daisy Duke, so. And what was that? Sadie Hawkins Day. Created that.
Dave's asking, didn't Frazetta have a falling out with Al Cap? Yes, he did. Frazetta did not like Al Cap, but he got his start with Al Cap. But Cap was a dick. So
he ghosted Cap for a short period of time.
Yep, but Cap refused to let him draw the face and the hands. I think
something like that
on Little Abner.
Well, that's fair enough. It's his creation.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that Frazetta wasn't any good, was he?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Come on. He wasn't very good, was he?
Yeah. I think Al Cap didn't get along with anybody though.
Yeah.
For a long period of time.
Yeah, he says he was friends with Kniff and Kelly, but yeah, doesn't really mention a lot of other stuff.
Which would have been made for some very interesting political letters, I would imagine.
Oh God,
back and forth between Cap and Kelly.
Oh, definitely.
You see a little bit of Walt Kelly in there too in Ramona's work. Because Kelly was really solid like that and had solid lines.
Oh yeah, Kelly could have been an animator with how good he was.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. There was just so much money in comic strips back then, though.
Yeah,
there wasn't any sense in it.
No.
There have been a couple of Pogo specials that have been interesting.
Is Metamorpho? This will sound stupid. Is he that car then? Is he just rearranged himself to be a car and he's coming out of it, or is he just hiding in it?
No, he made himself out to be. He's a elemental man.
Yeah,
he can turn himself into whatever. Yeah,
right.
As long as he understands how it works. Back then, cars were pretty simple.
Right.
How did he create the gasoline?
Yeah,
Well,
he's an elemental. He just generated it like he did the metal.
He ran on methane.
Probably ate a little pizza. Who knows?
That bottom, the sketch where he's catching the girl with that net. That guy there, the guy hanging on where the rocks break in. That's real Eisner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Where the rock, like he's hanging on. He's got big, strong hands, but the rock's crumbling. And he's going to go.
The position of the legs, very Eisner.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember the character's name. It was Gronk or Trog or something like that. But he was a very, very much a caveman type character. He was the humor relief for a strip that didn't need humor relief. You know?
And look at the way. Sorry, with the girl hanging on the branch, the way it's pulling out the rock.
Yep.
Since when did a tree grow out of solid rock?
Well, they can grow through rock, but yeah. So
ours is not the reason why.
It's a comic.
It's just a funny book. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the robot with the eyes. Oh, yep. And Matt Black knows the eyes too. The eyeballs being punched from the mechanical face. I love that.
Boink. That's great. Nice touch.
The bottom right panel, bottom right page in the last panel, it's like they found the monolith from 2001.
Yeah. And it's that big it had to break into the panel above.
At the Washington Monument.
Yep. Yeah. Just the way it looked, it's kind of...
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I was watching something in Kubrick the other day, so...
A little bit of George Cashton.
It's fantastic.
It's the great Nick Cardy. We'll look at some of his work very soon. Just
did
beautiful.
She ink these pages? Did she ink her own work?
I think she's just influenced by a lot of this stuff. George Cashton photo, Aquaman, writing a Manatee, Teen Titans number 35, and Adventure number 206 from 1954. They probably make this is about George Cashton here. This is a little aside. Ramona returns to comics at Marvel.
Wow.
Left Metamorpho. It's 3 the last time.
Look at that cheek in there talking about a daughter, and he said, "Did I date her? At any point, did I date her? No, I guess not."
I've dated most of the women living in Connecticut.
Well, as you say, look at me, I'm 4 times married.
It's always been 4. In the time that I've known you.
Oh dear.
She's going to be 50.
Dana get divorced. Yeah. In 82, we were married for 35 years. Wow.
Damn.
Oh, she helped develop the cat.
Yeah, cat and
That
kitten.
makes a lot of sense now. Matt Black, out of all the water animals Aquaman could have chose, he rides one of the most docile of all species. LOL. Yeah. I think she just wanted to draw a manatee.
Probably. I would have chose a tiger shark.
That's interesting. The Spellbound page, it says there, drawn by Ramona, and it says ink by and it's blank. So I'm guessing that obviously an inker hadn't been assigned yet.
Well, it's an inked page.
Yeah, I know, but the name isn't there. There's a blank
Wow.
space where it says ink by. There's a blank space.
Yeah.
And
It's interesting here, though, to see a real early sketch of the cat.
that looks like John Romita Sr., doesn't it? That red girl there.
Yeah.
The style of that.
Was that page published, the Spellbound?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, it says that the cat number 5. I didn't even know that comic went 5 issues.
Cat color, no, it went 6.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Initial designs for the cat. Yep, here and below. So yeah, she must have designed that character. The big yellow outfit. I don't know if she drew all 6 of the first set. I don't think I've ever seen the interiors on those.
Yeah, no, the first one, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think Wally Wood had something to do with the first one.
You might have inked it.
Look at how he gets out of it quick. He says, I thought it's fantastic. You're a fascinating woman. And she says, thank you. Maybe I should be your 5th wife. Anyway, to continue, you're out of comic books.
Yeah.
It says here the cat went 4 issues. I'm on the grand database.
I could have sworn it went 6.
No, it says
that's an unpublished page then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see who did the first.
You know where I got 6 from? She was in Marvel Team Up number 6. It was one of the first comics, superhero comics I ever bought. The Spider-Man, the cat fighting the, I think the big villain was the Man Killer.
The first issue was Marie Severin, inked by Wally Wood. That was the first.
I was going to say, just going to say that the girl in red there. I know it said John Romita, but it's got wood in it as well, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the legs.
Second issue was Marie Severin, inked by Jim Mooney.
Right.
The third issue was pencils by Patty Cockrum, layouts, and Bill Everett, inks by Bill Everett.
Oh, wow.
And the fourth and last issue, pencils by Jim Starlin, Alan Weiss, and inks by Frank McLaughlin.
Wow.
This is Ramona's commission. It's a convention commission of the cat. Yeah.
Fantastic lettering by John Constanza on that Spellbound.
Early production drawing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great.
And that wasn't published.
No, apparently not.
Wow. Linda Fight.
Yeah, and I just Googled this, and I found Unfinished the Cat number 5, art by Ramona Fradon. Let's see. There's a cover that looks like Gil Kane. And yeah, there's that first page, Spellbound. And then there's more pages as well. Yeah, a lot. There's quite a bit. There's
Does it tell you the
inked pages, pencil pages. Actually, it looks very nice. There's quite a bit here.
And that's not published.
No.
Wow.
if you Google what I did, the cat Marvel Fradon #5, and the first thing that came up is all those pages, including the Spellbound page. Very interesting. I did not know that. I see what I learned by being on this show.
There you go. Didn't know it either. That's great.
There's an interesting little piece there. Read that. It says, Howard Chaykin, it says, was it a Marvel plot first style that expected you to turn into 22 pages? And she says, yes. It occurred to me instantly that they were asking me to write and draw the thing at the same price. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Marvel style.
The definition of writing.
Yep.
Yeah, the artist did all the work.
If you put your name on and said you wrote it, you wrote it.
Yeah.
And there's another link. There's another link where somebody looks like they've tried to put together whatever they could of that unpublished 5th issue. It looks like this link has maybe a bit more. I'm going to send everybody this link.
That's right in the private chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see how I can do that. Put it in. Oh, there we go.
Success.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Okay. There it is. Very interesting. Yeah, this is somehow this information escaped my attention. It's nice stuff. I mean, it looks better than the previous 4 issues.
Let's share that so that everybody can see it.
This looks really good.
Yeah, people, if you want to learn how to write, how to letter, look at that, John Constanza.
Oh,
absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question, Glenn. If you were to use some of the different fonts today, what would be the closest to that?
I've got no idea. I would do my own.
Oh, you do your own. Okay.
I don't use fonts. I do my own lettering.
I was going to say, Glenn does everything by hand.
Yeah.
Out of there.
Don't get it anywhere, but that's what I do. So I don't know whether they've done this or not, but I'm sure I heard that they've got people like John Constanza, and they've made it into a font so letterers could use that style.
Yeah, whatever that style is, because the one that I always ask my letterer to use is it's called Joe Kubert.
Right.
Really?
And it looks very. The funny thing is, it's the one that closely matches to my eye the mid-60s Marvel style, but it's called Joe Kubert.
Got Sam Ross and Artie Simek style. I think all letterers should do hand lettering, but we've discussed that before.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I agree. Something to be said about traditional.
Yeah, obviously, if I'm having people do what I'm having them do, I don't agree. But that's what makes horse racing.
Well, it's a different world now, isn't it? I mean, I appreciate that. It's like everybody would be living in and around New York, I would have thought, and it was easier to pass it around to get that work done. You know, if I was going to letter Rama, you'd have to send it over the ocean twice. You know, so.
Yep.
Yeah, you can buy the Joe Kubert font on Comic Craft for $139.
Interesting. Yeah.
So the way that Russ does a lot of his stuff, I mean, not for lettering specifically, but he does his digital pencils and then he goes traditional inks. That's just, combining the different kinds of available technologies and stuff and doing it well. I think there's something to be said about that as well.
I created a symbol for the the currency that's used in Rammer, and I was trying to Comicraft was considering actually including it in their Joe Kubert font as part of the set. So if you bought it, it would have my currency symbol in it. And at the last minute, they said, "Well, we could do that, but don't tell anybody, because then everybody's going to be coming to us wanting their created symbols in our set." I said, "Okay."
But would you have been paid, or do you get paid?
No, I didn't. I just wanted the publicity. Because I created this symbol, but it's only to be used for the currency that I created for Rammer. So, but I wanted anybody that any letterer I used who bought that font to have it as part of the set.
Well, one of the many jobs I've got to do this year, which I probably won't get around to, is I'm going to create my own font that people can buy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What are you going to call it?
I don't know. Glenn Face.
Call it Fleming.
Yeah, Fleming Face.
Flemish.
I don't know. Yeah.
Flemish.
Yeah.
Flem
Years
Face.
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Flem Face, yeah.
Or
know.
Glenning.
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 Glenning bold italic.
There you are. Thundra. Fantastic Four. 133. That looks essentially.
So she's been drawing Fantastic Four.
I don't think that's her. That's
I'm gonna
definitely Sanat Inky.
Yeah, maybe she designed the character.
It wouldn't surprise me if she designed Thundra. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to say we can't have a woman drawing the Fantastic Four, can we?
No.
Oh, Roy gave me a Fantastic Four with a full script. I felt somewhat relieved. Unfortunately, I was still pretty rusty and wasn't familiar with Jack Kirby or the Fantastic Four. And they had this Thundra creature who was pummeling a character with concrete chunks all over him. I had never drawn characters like that or stories that were branching off into the fantastic, and I was quite bewildered. Looking back at it now, I'm so thankful for Joe Snott. He inked that issue and made it look a lot better than it was. Yeah, there it is. 133, Fantastic Four.
Wow.
133 from 1973. I'll have to look that up. It's
Wow.
fascinating.
I wonder who has those pages.
Don't know.
I'll bet Joe's son probably has some of them.
I hope so.
Yeah, he lives not too far from me, and local comic book dealer has a good relationship with his son and has bought quite a few pages from him. I'll have to ask about that.
Sorry for that camera. I nudged it and knocked it out of. It was doing real good there for a minute.
Earthquake.
Sorry, folks. Joseph Patterson. Sidebar. Must have been a syndicate editor. Back home at DC, Mid-70s Middlemen.
Middleman and the Atom.
Brave and the Bold.
Quite a bit different than for stuff we looked at earlier on the Wednesday comics.
Yeah.
Did Gil Kane have a hand in creating the Atom?
The the Silver Age costume, yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't create the character.
No, that character's a Golden Age character. He was part of the Justice Society way back when.
Right.
And it was just a short guy who liked to fight. Wasn't a guy who could control his size.
Instead of a big guy who liked to fight.
Yeah, instead of a big guy who liked to fight. He really didn't have any superpowers.
Yeah, you gotta be
Started
able to
drinking.
control your. You got to be able to control your size. That's very important.
Yeah. Well, you don't see Adam very much anymore because his main mode of transportation used to be he would call somebody and then travel the electrical impulse through the hard line over to the other person's phone. So
Might as well.
The Metal Men was very, very popular when they were first introduced.
Mhm.
Just a big runaway hit for DC in the 4 issues of Showcase and the first bunch of issues of their own comic. And eventually interest just started to wane. But originally they were super popular for DC.
Mm-hmm.
Ross and Drew did a lot of that material. Gardner Fox, I think, wrote it. Didn't he? Or Bolton off.
Yeah, and Doc, what's his name, looked exactly like the father on
Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, not Leave It to Beaver. The Donna
My
Reed
Three
show.
Yeah,
Oh,
Donna
Donna
Reed.
Reed. Okay.
A Dead Ringer.
Wow. It's a great expression. Short story work.
Still blurred, Randy.
Yeah.
Carl Betts. He was the actor.
Is that better?
If you look at go look
No.
at
No.
go look at Carl
no.
Betts. And he's a Dead Ringer for Doc. Is it Doc Magnus? Is that his name?
Yeah, Doc Magnus.
Yeah.
Did you accidentally throw some Vaseline on the lens there? Or?
Nope. Still having a hard time focusing.
Just a rumor.
Let's try it again. There, any better?
Nope.
No, it's still pretty fuzzy.
Well, that's irritating, isn't it?
One of these days, we're gonna get you a better camera as a present.
Well, I swear to you, the camera I bought was top of the line when I bought it.
No, we need to help him move out of it. The earthquake
Next
area.
his own, yeah.
No, it's not looking like it. Let me blow this up.
This is the worst thing you can ask of a friend is to help them move.
What do you mean we only get beer and pizza?
Yeah.
Let me turn the page and see if that helps any. Maybe shut the lights off again.
Maybe it's the streaming connection.
It's a little better now, isn't it? I can read it a little better.
Not really.
It's a little detail here that's hard to come out.
Oh, we just need another earthquake and we should be fine.
All right.
Was this a joke? But
Ding.
I'll send it to the TARDIS.
He's been waiting to do that for 3 days now.
Let's see if this helps. Ah!
Well, it helped for different reasons.
Yeah.
No?
no, we're
We can see them, but they're just not very
not
clear.
good. Yeah.
I can make it out a bit better now. Still not. Never mind.
We'll just go through it. It's a shame, like we said before, that these pages weren't
To show off my cat scratches. Yeah.
full size, you know.
Make it refocus.
It was good for like a millisecond, and then it
Yeah.
decided to crap out.
Seems to jump in and out, doesn't it?
He's using a webcam.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I like using my my full-on camera, because I can I can turn off the autofocus.
There was a story there about my mother.
My mother.
The witch.
Yeah.
That black game. If I take my glasses off, Randy, the picture's in focus.
Blurp.
No, I'm gonna try that. Nope. Now I'm seeing like triple. Glenn's putting his glasses on.
Yeah. No, that doesn't change anything.
So there's something sexy about Miss America back there. Yeah.
I can't imagine what it is.
She not take off like Captain America? No, they've been trying lately to do Agent Carter. No, call it Frank, like God after Godfather.
Grandfather?
Francis. If I take my glasses off, Randy, the picture's in focus. There we are. See? Somebody can see it.
Well, I have some good news.
Oh, we had something.
Despite all the bad news, is the pie I put in the oven is finished.
Oh.
Pie. What kind of pie?
A sort of like a beef steak pie of some kind.
Like
Sounds
pot pie.
interesting.
Didn't they call those pasties up where you're at?
No, just meat pie.
Dave always say, I want pie.
You need to have a Holland's meat pie over here. They're the best.
Shepherd's pie?
Shepherd's pie is like potatoes over ground beef.
It's not really.
Yeah.
There's usually like a gravy and some veggies mixed in.
Sometimes corn.
Yep.
Seems a little better.
I actually like shepherd's pie. It's quite
I do
delicious.
It's
It wasn't
good.
done well.
Yeah, it's good comfort food. My best friend, her dad makes an amazing shepherd's pie.
Glenn, you're saying about the pies up there. What kind of pies were they?
They're made by a company called Holland's.
Hollands.
And they make steak and kidney pies and cheese and onion pies, meat pies, potato pies. They're really, really good.
That's like lamb, right?
No, it's
No.
just beef.
Beef.
Very
Lambs.
nice though. Where are we now? What's this?
We are.
We've lost track.
somewhat-
Freedom fighters. Look at that. Look at that. That's like a cross between something off Dan Dare and the Green Goblin, isn't that guy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
That spawned off of Justice League 101 to 103. where the Justice League and Justice Society ended up on an Earth that the Nazis had won World War II. And the Quality Comics characters all banded together as like a guerrilla group and were fighting covertly. And then the Justice League and Justice Society came in and helped them get rid of a bunch of towers. And then they ended up zapping over to Earth 1 or something like that, and hanging around as a team.
Who's inked that Freedom Fighters cover? Do we know? Does it say?
No. Doesn't
So-
say. I'm not even sure if that's Ramona's work.
Yeah,
Look like it.
There's a gentleman in
Definitely
the.
interior.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you were quiet, and I didn't realize you were still talking. Anyways, the gentleman in the right, the bottom right of that Freedom Fighters thing, is his power is like Plastic Man style kind of stuff.
It's
Here,
Uncle
you mean?
Sam, isn't it?
Uncle Sam?
Uncle Sam, yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah. He's just extra heightened abilities. Some
Okay.
strength of 10 men, extra eyesight. He can jump.
Oh, okay. So it's just his leg. It's not him.
Oh,
standing
stretching
on
here? No, he's got
No.
striped pants on.
Oh, okay. It looks like he's on stilts or something.
Yeah, I think
No,
it's the pants. But
He's
yeah,
taken off of the old editorial cartoons. He's actually attributed to Will Eisner for creation. So's the Ray and Black Condor. This is the Ray here and Black Condor.
Gotcha.
The what is it? Eisner. What was the other guy that was? I'm brain farting too early in the morning. The Eisner Studio created the whole pantheon of characters for Quality. Blackhawks and Uncle Sam. I think Phantom Lady too. Human Bomb.
Yep.
Dollman. It's all attributed to Eisner.
Sheena.
That was for Jumbo Comics. There's the Freedom Fighters team there along the bottom.
Is Jim Mooney involved in these pages anyway?
Yeah, it looks like he inked it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very Spider-Man-esque, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially that girl on the splash page.
Pretty sure.
Vince Coletta. Wow.
Is it Vince?
Yeah.
yeah, it's Vince
Wow.
Clown.
Having to use a brush for once.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Wow. He must have woke up and thought he was somebody else.
Not a whole lot to erase there, probably.
That Plastic Man on the right there with the sewer monster coming out is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Where's he looking behind him? That's very Eisner, that Plastic Man logo, isn't it? Floating in floating down on his head. That's very Eisner.
Yeah.
Coletta had a lot of assistants. And if you go take a look at Thor around issue 145, 146, the inking changes dramatically to a nice, clean, tight style. And I suspect it really wasn't Coletta. It was one of his assistants.
Yeah,
I'll have
looks
to
like
take a closer look.
That must be like a kick to the teeth. You're like you're the pro, and then your understudy's like, well, okay, I'll just knock it out.
He didn't care. He didn't care as long as he was getting paid.
That again, that Eisner lettering, that's very Eisner. The shadow showing the bricks behind him as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's super Eisner.
Yeah.
In fact, I bet Eisner got that and opened it and thought, I don't remember drawing that. Do they get paid for that?
Anyway, maybe I'll have to invest in another camera.
Super Friends.
It might not be the camera. It might be the connection.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably, I think it's the autofocus.
yeah that's what my thought is, the autofocus
Yeah.
on it.
Not everything lasts forever.
No.
I was explaining to my friend what the Super Friends were one time, and who didn't read comics. And I showed him a clip of them on, I think, the Justice League or Justice or Super Friends or something like that. And just like the cartoon. And it was they had combined, their rings or whatever, Wonder Twin powers activate, and then turned into an octopus, another one turned into an ice tricycle, and the octopus rode away on the ice tricycle.
That sounds about right.
And he was just like, comics are weird.
Yeah, I bet he was.
Yeah.
I bet he thought that's why I don't read them.
Yeah. You can probably find the clip somewhere.
Yeah. Super Friends were especially weird.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah,
Was that
the
guy-
girl could turn into useful things. The boy turned into some form of water. So
Has that guy in the bottom right got 4 arms?
Yes.
yep. Either that or he's moving really fast.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to with that lot coming at you, wouldn't you?
Yep. Well, I mean, the Wonder Twins are leading the way, so it'd just be kind of like, oh, I'll just trip these two, and then we'll have basically, a whole calamity of errors afterwards.
It's pushing Wendy and what's his name, Marvin, out of the way.
Yeah. Wendy, Marvin, and what was
Wonder
the
Dog.
name? Yeah, Wonder Dog. That was it.
Wonder Dog.
Wonder Dog with a little green cloak on.
Never did become part of the Legion of Super Pets, though. Wonder
No.
Dog.
Ace the Back Dog did, though, didn't he?
Uh,
What do you call that? Quadridextrous? Quadridextrous? Dextrous?
I don't know.
Yes.
Got a comic villain.
Comic villain.
Yeah.
Some nice covers though, nice artwork.
No, the covers are great. I mean, these look like fun.
All of it was fun. Yeah.
Wonder Woman on a kangaroo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks,
Had
like
a- had a-
that looks like a Starlin cover, upper left.
Had a bit of a run
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like a Starling cover.
With a knee up.
Yeah.
That looks like Mr. Spock that she's fighting there. I was talking.
I like that cover on the top right.
Yeah.
With the Superman and Wonder Woman, the way Superman's flying in.
Kronos,
Yeah.
the Time Master. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
They're not Ramona, are they?
That one is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's Ramona.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't see it clearly, you see, so
Oh man, that just drives me crazy, guys.
if you
Sorry.
if you dropped it a bit, that might do it.
Just drop the camera on the floor.
Good.
Well, that's how you fix it. Just give it a good whack.
Sometimes that's the way.
Just-
What? Look at that pose in the
Didn't help, folks.
bottom.
Smacking it didn't help.
Okay.
Look at Supergirl there in the bottom. Central comic Super Friends. A little strange little.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kicking
The
back.
That
The legs.
Starlin cover is not a Starlin cover.
okay.
Right.
That Ramona Fradon.
Yeah,
That is
Wow.
Ramona. Nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, good work.
There's like a photographer out there after you hit the camera. It's just like, oh God, why?
That center on the left-hand page, that center cover with the guy like on the strings, it's a real Kirby kind of cover, that isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Where-
after
where-
the Puppet Master cover.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very nice, though. Thwack.
Comics were only 40 cents.
Yep.
What are they today? What is a comic now?
Too much.
$4.99
Yeah.
Well,
average. Some higher, some lower.
It's one of the reasons I don't buy a lot of comics these days.
Yeah.
Can't afford them.
You're not
I mean, I
missing
saved up to
anything.
buy that Faust. Yeah, that was $100, but that was worth it. Or it's like 90 or something, but yeah.
There's some kind of discussion there that's probably tabled for another day.
Mhm.
Either way, it's sad.
There's some great Alex Toth Super Friends stuff in a Treasury edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really nice work.
That's got the classic how to do animation in 4
Mhm.
pages. Yeah.
Yep.
Story in it. See that reprinted here and there.
I want to see more of the pencil work.
Some Kurt Swan looking stuff there.
Yeah.
That's all for Don. Covers the history of Superman. Adventures of Super Baby.
There we go.
There's some more pencil work.
Look at that.
That stuff's great.
I
It is.
just want to see all that. That's just wonderful.
Yep.
So good.
Just amazing stuff.
He's leaning on that same piece of rock as he was earlier on.
And Aqualad sitting on a turtle.
Yeah, I'm sure he's pleased about that.
He seems to be all right with it. He's like,
The turtle's like, what the hell do you think I am? A comfy chair?
yeah.
Not a recliner.
Aquaman on porpoise.
Who reads Aquaman on purpose?
That dolphin looks sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got that joke, right?
Yes, we got it. Yeah, we do have
Yeah. We
I got it.
yeah, we got it. Yeah.
That dolphin stops short. That fin is going to be a problem. That dorsal fin.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, that'll be underwater bris.
Ooh, look at that. I went to the market and they only had this left.
I ordered tuna and got a dolphin.
Funny.
Thwack. Wow.
E. Nelson Bridwell. A little bit. Is that Staten? Nope. Superman sketch. That's her. We're done. Now Brenda Starr.
Brenda Starr.
Leaping from books to strips. All right, so 1980, you decided to jump into Brenda Starr. Did you enjoy drawing the strip? Says it was a treadmill. How long did you do it? 15 years.
That's a big treadmill.
That's a long treadmill.
So let me tell my story while we still got time.
Tell your story.
So 10 years ago, excuse me, I met somebody from the Chicago Tribune Syndicate that wanted me to try to reactivate some of their characters. And we settled on Brenda Starr because he said, you could do anything you want. You can set it in any time period you want. The cast, the supporting cast, do whatever you want as long as she's called Brenda Starr. She's a reporter and she has red hair. So, okay. So I did a treatment that was sent to this guy who then left. So a new committee got it. And before I heard back from them, I did meet Ramona at a conference, and I told her about this. And she looked me straight in the eye and she said, sooner or later, the syndicate will screw you. And she was 100% right. The new committee was so outraged by what I did because I didn't do it traditionally, and I was told I didn't have to and did. But yeah, so that was the end of that. And she was eventually revived, I think. But the strip was not running at the time. This was about 10 years ago. But yeah, Ramona had been off it at that point.
So what was supposed to be traditional about it that they didn't like?
Well, I said it in 1954 in an unnamed mid-sized American northern city. And a lot of the story dealt with race relations in a very documentary style. But apparently that was a third rail for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were outraged. It was kind of not R-rated. Maybe I would call it a real hard PG-13. And that's what I thought they were going to be upset with. But no, the fact that I was even dealing with the subject of race relations just offended them. And so that was the end of that.
That actually sounds really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, since it had nothing to do with Brenda Starr except the name, I changed it to Jane Doe and copyrighted it in my name. So really? I own the story because it had nothing to do with Brenda Starr except the name and red hair.
Mm.
I didn't have her dating a black guy or anything like that. I mean, it was just race relations was kind of a subplot.
And this was only 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And to try to find historical information about race relations in the North was very, very difficult. And I ended up finding on DVD or CD-ROM a collection of Jet magazine from that era.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a tremendous, great source of information because they covered the black experience everywhere in the country. And you could see what was starting to change everywhere, even in the early 50s. And so it really became a valuable source for me to get things right.
Cool.
But most of the books that were written at the time were about the South.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Tracy meets Brenda Starr. I think Dick Tracy's crossed over.
What year is this?
With the majority of comic characters. Looking for a date.
It's at the top, isn't it?
Chicago Tribune magazine. I'm not seeing it. Looking.
No.
No, I'm not even seeing a copyright here for the each strip.
Oh, who was drawing Dick Tracy at the time? Was that Dick Locklear? Is that the name?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he stopped doing it. I think Joe Staten took over after.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So this had to be at least, I'm going to say 20 to 25 years ago.
Max Collins was writing it for quite a while. After Gould left, when Locker was drawing it, and then Locker took over the writing on it, I think, for a while.
Just go back another page, Randy.
It's probably there.
I am back a page. It's not mentioned.
Just go back. Just go back.
Yeah, I found it. It's 1994.
Right.
Okay.
So it was
These are-
exactly 30 years ago.
There's strips from 85 here.
Oh, 85. That's a crossover?
No, this here.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure your date's right. 94 sounds right to me.
Yeah.
These are all 85 strips here.
Va 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 boom.
It's quite the strip there for quite a while. In its day, it was really popular.
The kind of strip that Wally Wood would be good doing, wouldn't it? I think
Kind
it's
of a-
worth-
There
Yeah.
was even I believe in the 40s. I think there was a movie, or maybe it was a like
Was it a
serial.
A cereal? There could have been a
Yeah.
cereal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the Brooke Shields movie, quote unquote, in the 80s.
Which
Gosh.
nobody went to see.
Nobody went to see. Nobody knew who the character was by that point, unless you'd been following her in the papers.
Brenda Starr serial 1945. Brenda Starr reporter. It was the 25th film serial released by Columbia Pictures.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think I have it on like a bootleg DVD or something like that. I think it's public domain.
I'm sure it is by now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody secured any of that.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
not
think-
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad at all.
Some of those old serials have a lot of charm to them.
The totally forgotten Joan Woodbury as Brenda Starr.
Would have been like a Perils of Pauline type of setup too.
yeah,
She'd go from death trap to death trap, barely escaping at the start of every chapter. Some classic stuff. Guy of Spy Master, Captain Marvel, and it is Spy Smasher, Captain Marvel and Vigilante on DVD.
Hey, the girl who played
Classic
Brenda Starr was in The Bride of Frankenstein. How about that?
There we are.
Oh, cool.
Did probably for about 2 seconds. Yeah, she has a lot of credits, but nobody remembers this woman at all. She worked right through the 60s, right into the 60s.
Cool.
Very interesting.
That's 60 years ago.
Yeah, nobody knows who Brenda Starr is today. I think I mentioned to 20 or 30 people when I was working on that proposal. Oh, I'm doing a proposal on Brenda Starr. Nobody knew what I was talking about.
Who? Yeah. It's very Dale Messick, right?
Yes.
Did that very stylized look to it. Very classic comic strip for the time. Very individual look to her work.
I think I might have missed something. Charles, what do you do with that strip that you renamed?
Nothing. It's a very detailed plot. I mean, it's completely scripted. I just copyrighted it just in case the syndicate just changed their mind, decided they like it, and went and did it without me. I could say, wait a minute, that's my story. But it's just sitting in a PDF right now.
Wow.
Nice syndicates. Don't get me started.
She told me, she warned me.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty accurate. Lots and lots of Simpsons. Super spectacular. Do you
Hey,
finish
Glenn?
the strip?
Glenn, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to. I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah.
Since you
Thank
finished the strip, you more or less went into retirement. Although you make the convention appearances, you do the commission work, and now and then you get coaxed into stuff like Simpsons Super Spectacular #5. How'd that come about? Bill Morrison suddenly got in touch with me. Since Bill's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
He has great hair, by the way. It's curly, ain't it? Yeah. Anyway, I loved doing that Simpson story at Bongo.
Very cool.
He's gone on to write books. The Dinosaur That Got Tired.
Oh, the Gnostic Faustus.
Gnostic
Faustus.
Faustus.
The dinosaur that got tired of
Yeah.
being extinct. Brilliant.
I saw that movie. It was called Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Ramona today, and you look at comic books or comic strips. Do you look at comic books or comic strips today? Occasionally I do, but the comic books tend to confuse me.
Yeah, join the club.
Yeah,
They're filled with special effects that are awesome and brilliantly executed, but the plots are too often obscure. I just finished reading in the latest issue of Alter Ego an article that C.C. Beck wrote some years ago, which he reminded us that comics were originally intended for children. Heroes like Superman and Batman were wonderful fantasy characters for kids and were taken at face value. But now the kids who were raised on comics and are editing and writing them for adults have begun to define deep meaning in those very same characters. The business has become insular and seems to be looking for a way out. And a lot of the stories are hard to relate to if you're not in the club.
Even if you are in the club.
Yep, even if you are in the club. There's a great Metalman.
Well, those are words of wisdom right there.
Yep, absolutely.
Can we get a bell? Thank you.
Here's a louder bell. There we are. Another great Aquaman piece.
Yeah. Getting frisky with an octopus.
Yeah. That's photographed dark off of pencils, though. That is pencil work.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
At least it's not a gorilla.
No, not a gorilla. Just an octopus. There's a Hawkman.
Nice.
Grouping of characters there. That's hot.
That's definitely hand coloring.
Yeah, it is. Watercolor at that, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like watercolor.
Beautifully done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
The chest looks a bit off, doesn't it?
Yeah, Power Girl looking a little odd there in the chestal area.
Little bit of
testicles are a little small.
Foreshortened. Yeah.
It looks like
more like 5 or 6 shortened.
It looks like Invisible Girl is pressing up against her.
When I first saw that, I thought it was Triplicate Girl, to tell you the truth. From the Legion. Yeah.
Who's Boomerang Man at the top?
That's Daredevil. That's the original Golden Age Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Amazing Man. I think that's Lady Luck. That's Phantoma.
Okay.
I am not sure about the last two. That might be Green Llama, but I'm not positive.
They look like the original characters in Watchmen, don't they?
Yeah, they're all public domain characters from the Golden Age. That's what those are. Very classic stuff.
Do you know, I never knew that Hawkman could take his wings off.
Yeah, that was news to me too. I watched you guys talking about that, and I was as confused as you were.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just thinking about Hawkman's origin and stuff, well, it confuses everybody. So,
well, he's only had half a dozen origins. I mean, the main two, he's a descendant from Egyptian gods, or he's an alien. Yep. But in either case, the wings are separate.
Well, isn't that the same thing? Egyptian gods being alien.
Yeah.
Was it Stargate?
I always thought his wife should be wearing this costume.
I was just saying, Randy, what is this Stargate?
What's
Egyptian
Stargate?
gods being aliens.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you bring up Stargate? That was a fun movie.
How dare you talk about Hawk Girl wearing Hawkman's outfit?
So
Oh,
Captain
okay.
Just remember what Greta Thunberg says. It's cold because it's hot.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't know that Captain America was actually Judas Iscariot. In Dante's Inferno, he's encased in ice, so he can observe the enormity of his crime for all time. And there he is. Dun, dun, dun.
Justice Society. No, that's not Justice Society. Black
That's right. It's in the lowest pit of hell. It's cold, not hot.
That's right.
Sure. It's a great plastic, man.
It's where all the traders are sent.
It starts out fire. His glasses are doing that Tex Avery thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
gorgeous
watch it with that nose, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That'd be good to look at, some Tex Avery stuff. Do you have any, Randy?
We'd have to pull it out of YouTube probably and take a chance on copyright infringement. But I don't have any books on Avery's work. No. I'm sure they are out there though.
That Catwoman, whatever it is, there, the color one is it's like it just reminded me. I don't know why of Morticia in the Addams Family. I don't know the kind of pose that that Caroline Jones would do.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's another gorgeous woman who left us too early, wasn't she, Caroline Jones?
Oh yeah. Yep.
And Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see her from the 40s?
No.
Wow. Look that up.
Right.
Green
Okay.
Arrow.
It's a Green Arrow. Yeah.
That's a great art on Green Arrow.
Yeah, Mike Grell did that, didn't he? Green Arrow. I remember. Was it Mike Grell? That's the ones I saw. The Mike Grell ones. Really good artist.
Yeah, he did Green Arrow for quite a while. Neil Adams actually designed that outfit.
Right.
Gave him the goatee and the more Robin Hood look.
Yeah.
Did that for Green Lantern, Green Arrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yep.
In that drawing there, Superman's legs look a bit chunky, don't they? His lower leg.
Yeah.
Looks like he'd have difficulty taking off.
He looks like lead.
Yeah. Feet look a little clunky, but
nice perspective on the buildings, though.
Yeah.
Great. Yep. And then we have a bibliography. A great Dr. Midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Midnight's really good.
Such a heroic look to him, too. A nice character. Justice League. And Robin. And Plastic Man. And Metamorpho. That's cool.
Some great work there, Randy. I'm glad you pulled this one out. I've never seen, 99.9% of this stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, the collections from Dynamite, I think it's still available over on Amazon. Anybody who wants to buy one.
And this looks like it'd be worth buying. Looks really good. So,
It is. It's really fun.
really good. Aqualad, riding, whatever that is.
Just for all the pencil sketches.
Yeah, she's got that kind of clean Kurt Swan line, hasn't she?
Absolutely, yeah. Very Silver Age. Yeah.
Anatomy, that beauty. People who can draw, basically, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
And it's just so good.
Yep.
So good. See, this is why people should live forever, so she can just carry on drawing this stuff.
Mm-hmm. The art of Ramona Fradon.
We made it through the whole book.
We did.
Yep, we did.
All good.
Wow.
All good. Want to thank everybody for stopping by and hope you had a good time. As much fun as we did going through this wonderful, wonderful work. If you get a chance, this is Insight Queen, Mary Marvel, two of my faves. Yep. This is one of the great creators from the Silver Age, now in retirement, Ramona Fradon.
Wow.
Yep.
Thanks so much, everybody, for swinging by. Charles, tell folks where they can find you.
Well, just go to the internet. Type my name and the word Rammer, Rammur, and you will find me all over the place. The first issue is on Amazon right now. Second issue drops March 27th. Pre-order on Amazon right now, both digital and print. This is the cover of number 2. So go get it. Thank you.
Great. Allison, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me right here on the Indie Comics Network. Hanging out with these gentlemen, and I hear I have a show called Arting with the Alley Cat, which I got to get back to doing. It's just my Fridays have been crazy lately. So I just haven't been able to set up and do it. But I really want to do it because I got 2 commissions I want to work on. One of Zantana, one of someone's D&D character. So cool. Yeah, I definitely have. I have some fun stuff in mind to do.
You can pre-record those programs, you know.
Yeah, I know. But I like doing them live. There's a lot of things I could do.
Thanks so much for stopping by.
Anytime.
Especially live.
Yeah.
Especially live. Russ is back in the house as he just returned. Well done, chap. See you Friday. See you Friday, Russ.
Yep.
Whiskey, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me on the old X there if you type that into Google on the bottom left. And now on Rumble, where I've been posting some of our shows here, just re-recording them and then posting them up. You can check those out, as well as an interview with Eric July recently. My own show coming on Tuesdays in February at 9 a.m. In addition to that, you can, when you do put that into Google, you can find some of my, find me an X there, or you can see some of my artwork. I do miniatures and 3D models and all that kind of stuff. And you type that stuff in and you'll find some of my old artwork and old commissions and things being made. This particular guy's made for a tabletop game I have in development called Banners, Teed, and Lance, a sort of love letter to the Middle Ages, and about jousting and knights and all that kind of stuff. So check that out. And if you ever need anything made, some custom work, just send me a message on X and I'll get you hooked up.
Cool. All right, Glenn, tell folks where they can find you.
Like these guys, you can find me all over the internet. Just Google my name. If you go to Amazon and New Haven Publishing and Barnes and Noble, you'll be able to pick up a copy of my book about my trip to see Jack Kirby. If you go to Amazon, you'll be able to pick up issues of Comics Unlimited, which is my magazine about comics, surprisingly. Issue 14 is currently out. And also, if you go to fundmycomic.com, you can pick up a copy of the book about my Hatch character, which shows the development of the character all through the years, and lots of unpublished artwork in there. And yeah, just put my name into Google and something will happen, no doubt.
Hatch annotated over at funmycomic.com.
Yeah.
FunMyComic. Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find a lot of my work over at aerocomics.store, and where you can find books like Calico and Paragon and HeroBot Zero, which is a book I'm especially proud of. This Friday, 5 a.m., Comics by Night, we're going to be looking at some more unusual Kirby work as a change of pace, palette cleanser from all of the Two-Fisted Tales that we've been looking through. Commandy #1, OMAC #1, and maybe a few others if I can find them in the meantime.
Commandy.
Oh, yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of great.
And don't forget that on February the 6th, it's 30 years since Jack died.
February 6th.
Yeah.
Yep.
OMAC is greatly underappreciated.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Very unusual book, too.
Oh, yeah.
Very out of left field. Next Sunday, we're going to be looking at a set of trading cards.
What?
Oh, yes.
Tags.
Wally Wood.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a trigger warning on that.
Next Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make one and warn everybody there will be violent content.
Destroying a dog.
1950 Mars Attacks cards.
Wow.
I have a repro set of them, and we will be looking at them next Sunday. One of the most notorious collector things from the 50s. So swing by then for the Sunday Funnies. 9 a.m. Sunday. Folks, we deeply appreciate you being here. We love doing this stuff. We love showing off this material, especially books like this from folks that you might not be aware of. The fantastic creators from the golden, silver, and modern age that you might not have ever seen before. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as we did. What a great creator. What great work. Huge body of work. So make sure you stop back by. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt and the Randy Zim YouTube channels, but most especially over at the Indie Comics Network, where you can send us stars. And I'm not sure if we're super chatting yet or not, but I think you can. Yep. We'll take super chats too if you want to send them. We give those special preference. So help the Indie Comics Network afford their channel by sending stars and sending super chats there. We deeply appreciate you being here. Make sure you look at the Indie Comics Network. We're archived over there, as well as a lot of other great programming like Alley Cat's program, and the Rodney Fike's got some great stuff over there. Michael Lanning has a ton of work over there as well. So go over there and check it out, folks. Check it out.
I guess we're also now being archived on Rumble as well. So
Rumble, X, Tumblr, wherever, not Tumblr, I don't know, wherever. Well, there's a number of different platforms that we're on. So make sure you check there. Please, please try to leave this industry in better shape than what you found it. There's too much negativity out there and not enough positivity. If you love comics, tell people you love comics. Give comics away as gifts. Do whatever you have to do to spread the word. And let folks know how great comics are. Again, deeply appreciate you all being here. Thanks a lot to the panel. Thanks to Dynamite for making that great book. And we'll see you all real soon. Comics by Night, 5 a.m. Fridays. Sunday Funnies again, 9 a.m. Sunday mornings. See you soon. Any last words from anybody? Buy independent and alternative comics, especially ours.
Yep.
There's some great stuff out there.
Great stuff out there.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
I didn't mean to cut you off there, Glenn.
I'm just saying, I'm sure that girl's Sigourney Weaver's sister.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.